I'm feeling good. Today was a huge day. It's actually the first day that I've like played with my teammates, like 5-on-5. I've done a lot of 5-on-0, and even when they went away for the scrimmage, I was back here with some guys doing like 4-on-4, trying to something out. So huge day. I feel good. And then tomorrow, I'd like to get into the scrimmage a little bit, see how that feels, and just hopefully keep building. I mean, there's always like a moment of like thinking of things. But then once I started going, that's when it was like, okay, back to me. But I haven't played in, 5-on-5 settings for a little. So it's more like head spinning a little, like, okay, what's the next? Okay, what should I do next? So letting the game come to me and being patient with myself because it's been a long time. I have to understand, like, it's going to take a few reads, it's going to take getting some comfort with one another. But it's exciting. I'm playing basketball again. So like who cares if it's not perfect and it's ugly at times, as long as I'm still feeling good and I'm out there, that's exciting to me. Mhm. I like that we're starting to correct things. Like at the beginning of the scrimmage, they're kind of taking away a lot of passing lanes, and we were kind of just getting pushed off of our offense. And being able to like settle down and learn from mistakes is huge, especially right now in preseason. Like we've got a lot thrown at us. We're learning a lot, and when other teams come in, it's a great time to try to see what teams are going to do, be able to make reads and get better. So I thought today was a really good day. Obviously, there's a ton we can improve on, and hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit better than we were today. Yeah, yeah. I'm really excited after seeing Rui play. She's got speed to her. She's fearless. She finds people. Like there's moments I'm like, how the heck did she see that? So like we got to be ready. And already like first day, I feel like she's making so many great reads, and she's fast. So she's gonna be a problem for teams. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, point guards like that make you better because if you don't cut or you don't make that read, they'll exploit it and kind of show like, hey, that was wide open. If she's coming off a screen and like there's a gap that's wide open and you're just standing there watching her, it's like, hey, get there. So players like her are really special. She's going to make everybody certainly better around her, and it'll be fun to play with her. I was really excited to see her first day out here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Mhm. I think like finding our identity, both sides of the ball. And obviously in camp, you try to throw a lot at us and we learn a lot of different things, but like to kind of hone in on like, okay, what are the main things we're going to be doing at the beginning of the season and how can we get good at those? Instead of just being decent at a bunch of things, I'd like to see us hone in on a few things. And we did that today, even with our defensive schemes, like just kind of narrowed them down a little bit and didn't do as many. So I like to see how we're getting better at that. And then just continuing to get more live looks, especially for me, since today was like first day of that pretty much with my teammates. So kind of just getting back into that comfort because it's been a really long time since this group has all played together. So giving us the space to get those live moments with each other. Sometimes it's like too many subs, having that many people available at practice, especially for me. I don't like getting cold. So I'm like, hey, can I get your turn? I know you haven't had one yet, but I got to keep going. So it's nice though to have bodies. prior years we couldn't even scrimmage or go live so many times, and that really hurts. Like you need to be able to go live and really get through a lot in a practice. And this year we've got numbers, we've got great practice guys, so all of that helps. It's huge because a lot of times when you're like injured or like you're on minute restrictions or doing things where you get pulled out of practice, like it can feel lonely at times because coach, everyone, they got to get the team ready, and like you get your reps in and then you get pulled to the side and it's just like, was that a good day for me? I mean, I think it was a good day. So it certainly can feel lonely. So to have a teammate that's going through sort of the same thing, she might be a tad bit behind than I am at this point since I'm in live right now, but she's getting there. And to see the moments where she's not thinking about it anymore and like just reacts and does something, I'm like there to be like, yes, that's the angle. You look so good. And we get like so excited for each other. She's like, it's good. It looks like you're not even thinking about it out there. Like keep it up. So I think it's nice just to have someone in that understanding, in that same place of knowing how hard it's been to get back.
We'll go to Christos.
Hey, Elena, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Going into this season, what is the biggest motivation or the biggest challenge that you have to deal with?
The biggest challenge, is that what you said?
Yes, or the biggest motivation that you have?
My biggest motivation is just to be out on court and be able to compete alongside my teammates this season. I've put in endless hours to try to get my body right, and try to get my back right. So just to be out there and to be competing and to also be patient in this process, knowing that I don't need to achieve everything, the first month, is huge for me to keep kind of in line with that. But we've got a great staff that helps me in those moments, and then an incredible team that, picks up when others are out. So I'm excited just to be playing again. And yeah, the goal is just to keep playing. And then obviously we want to win games. That's really all I care about.
And also this team has a great mix from of young talents and veteran players. How excited or how refreshing for you is this to be to surround yourself with such a talented team?
Yeah, we have a phenomenal balance of veterans and rookies, and even kind of in between that. So it's fun when you've got a group of veterans who each vet can lead or teach at a different moment. I think it's probably nice for coach too, where he's got vets who kind of can handle a lot of things. And then we've got young rookies who are so excited to learn and to get better, and so talented and skilled, and just athletic. So to have the mix, and a good mix of both, is huge. You never want, too much of either, I don't think.
Thank you very much. Have a great season.
Thank you.
I think that's it, Elena, unless there's any more in person.
Thank you. All right.
Thanks, Elena.
All right, Wayne, you're up, babe. Good. About what I expected. I mean, some good, some, like looks a little sloppy. That's, why you do this. I was pleased that we got better at some things that, we had struggled with in Atlanta the other day. We got some timing down on a few things, and we got to play against pressure, which is what I wanted. Minnesota is one of the best teams at, pressuring every pass, and, you need to learn to play against that. And so I think that was really good for us. Obviously, Rui getting her debut today with about 40 minutes of practice. I thought she, did quite well. And so, that kind of get that nervousness out of her a little bit and get her ready to play, tomorrow in a game too.
Christos.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, we've done this with Minnesota now for, ever since I, got to DC and a little bit in Connecticut when I was there, because Cheryl and I have done it, and we know it helps both teams. And so, all these things that you kind of preach to your team, all of a sudden it's real now because we know that both of us will play aggressively, particularly in a situation like this where it's controlled and it's half court to start with and then a little bit of full court. You can be specific about things you're working on. And unlike the game, you can stop it and make a correction. Both coaches can step out on the court and say, hey, we need to do this and do that. And so that's, it's a lot like what the NFL does when they bring teams together in scrimmage in the summer. It just helps kind of reinforce some things that you're trying to coach. I thought she was good. I mean, she had about 30 minutes to learn our plays, although she's been studying and she's had film before she got here and she's had, things drawn out for her. And so it wasn't totally, new to her. She had an idea. Clearly, she just has a really good feel for the game. And so, a couple of our players on the side go, oh, okay, you better run with your hands up. She surprised a few people with passes because they're just, she has a vision. And as we've talked about, since we signed her, that, her ability to push the tempo and see everybody keeps us from ever losing the pace of the game. Between her and Natasha, we can consistently play at a high pace. And yet still slow down in the half court when we need to and make good plays. Yeah. Surprised her the one time, like, oh, yeah. So you just have to be ready. Full 5-on-5 with teammates. She's done it a little bit with the guys and controlled, but today was the first all out, and the plan is for her to play some tomorrow in the exhibition game. So, looking forward to see what that looks like. Today I thought was good. She doesn't have quite, the midseason rhythm to her shot yet. That's going to come with getting her legs under with conditioning. That's what this phase of training camp is now about. We're kind of right where we thought we would be in training camp with what she can and can't do. Yep. May 6th. There we go. Add a little bit more to our offense. We've kept it pretty simple. Have plays that are a little bit more specific for individuals. Right now, it's been kind of group stuff. But you want to make sure you have 2 or 3 plays that everybody knows is for Elena, or 2 or 3 plays that everybody knows is for Ariel or for Tosh or whoever it is. And so that will be a little bit of the emphasis on offense. Conditioning is still part of it as far as playing at this pace. The second part of it is figuring out the last part of your team, who's on, who's off. In my mind, I kind of feel I know who the 10 are, the 11th, I'm not sure yet. Got to figure that out. And then defensively, we just need to be more consistent in our habits. We showed film this morning when we first came in from our exhibition game of good defense and bad defense, and kind of hammered away on some things defensively that we just need to get better at. It was better at the start today, but as we got tired, some of that starts to go out. Rebounding starts to go out the door. I was kind of on them about that today. And so, it's cleaning up stuff over the next 10 days and just every day get a little better at something. Won't be perfect at the start, but we can be a lot better than we are today. No, I don't see her starting right now. I see Elena and Maisha starting against most teams, but I do see her playing early in games. If we decide on certain matchups, maybe to start her to take us out of some. But I think that right now, Maisha and Elena are going to be the ones that are starting, even maybe when Elizabeth gets here too. So, we may play small at the start of games. We'll see. I would, yes. Yes, exactly. Yep, the days off, and we'll pair her up with Tiana some. You'll have a physical big and Shakira, and a shooting big and Tiana on the court, or she can pair up with all of them. So you know she'll kind of have that Latoya role from a few years ago, where you can mix and match your posts, and she can play with all the shooting bigs. All right, online.
I think Christos, are you there?
Yes. Hello, coach.
Hi.
How are you today?
Great, thanks.
Great. Coach, having Elena back health, what kind of, how different is the dynamic with her on the floor from coaching perspective?
With who on the floor?
Elena.
With Elena. Oh, it's night and day. And I call out all of my team. You remember she's back out there sometimes. There would be a good idea that probably every other time down the floor she might want to touch the basketball. So it just changes everything, because you're talking about one of the greatest post players in the history of our game, who can step out and make shots on the perimeter, who can post up. It changes. And people never think about her on the defensive end, but she is a really good shot blocker. And so when you try to drive in the lane, and Elena's got her 6'5" length in there, and Shakira's in there, or somebody else, it's not that easy getting a shot in the lane against us.
And also her presence, how affect to the younger players on the team overall, on and off the floor?
I'm sorry, there's somebody coming in.
Her presence in the team on and off the floor, how affects in the team for the younger players?
Oh, I mean, for example, when we interviewed Shakira for the draft, we knew already that she was kind of like a fangirl of Elena to start out with. So her biggest excitement coming in the first day she was here was to meet Elena and take a picture, because you have an established veteran who can walk in the locker room and can talk about things, and people know that she's been an MVP twice, she's been a champion, she's been an Olympic gold medalist. That carries a lot of weight in the locker room.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
That's it, Coach. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Hey, I know, right? It's only been like a month. Good. How about you? Honestly, just to sum it up in one word, it's been a blast. Just coming in here, learning from some legendary vets, like Coach was just talking about, Elena Delle, but also Natasha Cloud. We have Shatori, a little Maryland fam. And then just others that can go down the line, but just learning from them and seeing their work ethic, it's just inspiring, and I'm just trying to follow in their huge footsteps. Honestly, just who I am. I'm a hardworking competitor, and shots will fall sometimes not, that will come and go as the game flows. But as long as I'm out there working hard, competing, they can definitely guarantee on that from me. Yeah, I mean, it's a little pat on the back, coming up to this elite level, this elite league, just seeing that, I can find my spots, I can find my ways to score, even playing with some legendary players that I grew up watching, and it's just been a lot of fun, and just I'm trying to absorb everything I can from the coaches, from the players, everything. That was a blast. Yeah. Just like we've been texting throughout both of our experiences at camps. And so just to see her in person and to see her succeed at this level, I'm just so happy for her, because I've seen the work these past 2 years. Just to see her live out her dream is just amazing. And I'm so happy for her. Hi, how are you? Yeah, it was a lot of fun, first starting out, like learning from the referees and what they're looking out for in terms of player movement or anything like that. So that was a first good learning experience. And then getting out on the court, just playing half court, just playing against someone else, playing their offenses. It's just a little bit different, but just finding that rhythm and just seeing how the work that we've put in the past week, 2 weeks, however long it's been, just seeing how it unfolds against an opponent. Yeah, just like I was saying before, just I'm out there to work hard and compete, and when I'm open, I'm gonna knock down my shots and be aggressive. But at the end of the day, as a point guard, I'm just making reads, and how the defense plays me, I'll set up my teammates to score, or they'll open up some opportunities for myself.
Any other
On
questions?
Zoom.
I think we're good. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you, guys.